Thank you, Lucas. So now to start with the second part of the paper. The second part of the paper begins with property rights, incentives, and outcomes. So different bundles of property rights affect the incentives that the individuals may face. So for example, the alienation rights combined with rights of exclusions produce incentives for long-term investments in a resource. Also, ownership does not guarantee survival of a resource, and examples of this would be if the resource has a low discount rate or if it is overused, eventually that resource will be depleted. Another thing this section will go over is the importance on the difference between claimants and authorities, and on the other hand, proprietors and owners. So owners and proprietors are assured of being awarded for their investments. So no matter what the outcome, they are being assured that they will get rewarded, and they so they're going to be rewarded. So claimants, since they are in the management, face stronger incentives than authorized users. So that is why they're more likely to invest into governance functions for their resource, even though their incentive is lower compared to the owners and proprietors. They are not assured or being rewarded with withdrawal rights, however, unlike owners and proprietors. And finally, we have authorized users, which they pose no real authority to devise their own rules or access from withdrawal. So their outcome depends on the operational level rights. So the next section of the paper is about Maine lobsters, and it's just kind of looking at how property rights has affected the Maine lobster hunting. So the Maine coast, there are some sections that have property rights and there's other sections that do not. So over the sections that do have property rights, the fishermen have more controlled area. They have more of a successful rate of catching, meaning throughout the year they have an evenly distributed rate of fish coming in compared to the uncontrolled parts, where at the beginning they have a lot of fish coming in, but at the end they're real depleted of the resource of the lobster and they really don't have any. Also, the fishermen in the controlled area on average made about $5,000 more a year compared to the fishermen in not controlled areas. So this just kind of shows the study to learn about the importance of property rights. And to conclude the paper, the development of effective and efficient property rights is not easy, no matter what property right you're implementing. And the real purpose of the paper is to, instead of having blind faith in private ownership, common property, and institutions of the government, she said we should have more of a common understanding of the conditions that enhance from efficient property rights, the stability and instability that systems may face from certain challenges, and finally, what is the cost of enforcing these regulations. And that is just to recap the paper, and thank you very much.